Welcome to Let's Learn Crypto 101. Now we are going to go through the news because price action is miserable. It's always miserable at the moment, but it's easy to miss out on the incredible things that are going on. Now, I've been in crypto for what feels like a million years at this point, and I can tell you now, the news that's coming out is incredible. We've never had news better than this. And I get it, price action takes away the excitement, but believe me, it is wild, the stuff that's going on. The price action isn't necessarily crypto's fault. The whole world is scared at the moment. So money is scared. And that's why money's not flowing into crypto at the moment. But we're going to have a look at the markets today, get a rough idea of what's going on. And then we're going to go over the news and look at some of the stories that maybe people have missed, right? So let's have a quick look at the market. Look at the Bitcoin chart to start with. We are around the 84,000 still. We are still hovering in this area, and listen, it's nothing to worry about on the long term. We are still in an uptrend. Here we are with the fear and greed index, and yes, we're at 32, so it is starting to rise, but that makes sense. We're still in fear, and that does make sense with the price just hovering around where it is. Really interesting chart to look at is the spot Bitcoin ETF inflows and outflows. And yesterday we had an inflow of 83 million. We've had a few good days of inflows so far, so things are starting to change. And a good way to see what investor confidence is looking at the Ethereum ETFs. And so far we're having outflows. We had an 18.6 million outflow on Friday, which just adds to a long list of outflows. So there needs to be a bit more confidence in the market. It just says there is not that much confidence in the crypto market as it stands. And the liquidation heat map, very interesting to keep an eye on. We are in a no man's land at the moment with no clear direction to go in. There is more to be liquidated on the short side, so the chances are we could see a move towards the upside. But either way, when we do get to those positions on the longs or the shorts, there will be a significant move. Now, the dollar strength index, we are looking more likely than not, this is going to have a bounce. As you can see, we are hitting an area where there has been support in the past. Traditionally, as the value of the dollar drops, assets globally go up in value. So normally that's when you see price increase in Bitcoin. However, we are right in the floor here on the RSI. So more likely than not, there's a bounce and the dollar price goes up, meaning assets are likely to go down. The gold chart, this gives us a really good idea of how money is feeling. Like I say, money is scared at the moment, and traditionally money flows into gold when people are scared and people are in control of the money. And as you can see, gold price is absolutely skyrocketing, which tells us that money around the world right now is looking for safety. So as money is flowing into gold, it is not going to be flowing into risk on assets, things like cryptocurrency. And the S&P 500, now you can quite clearly see money is flowing out of stocks. This is a collection of the top 500 foreign companies in the world. And money is even leaving the stock market because money is scared and it's flowing into gold. And whether we like it or not, the crypto market does track very closely to the S&P 500. So we're building up a picture here. Where is money going? It's not going into assets. Okay, so we're building up a good picture here of what is going on. And as you can see, money is just flowing out of assets at the moment because it's scared. People, if you imagine, people like you and I are in control of our money, and we're thinking, where should I put it to maintain its value? A lot of people are aware of inflation, a lot of people aren't, but essentially money is like water flowing through the economy to try and find the next way to maintain its value and also increase in value. It doesn't want to be stuck in an asset that's going to be going down. So right now people are scared, particularly in the S&P 500. Why? Because of trade tariffs. So if a business is now going to be more expensive for it to export its goods or import its goods, there's a less chance that it's going to be profitable. So people are now selling out of these assets to find safety, which will be things like gold. And you can see that as gold price is rising. But what does that mean for crypto? It means money is not going to be flowing into crypto at the moment because, listen, if you're in crypto, like me, you love crypto and you think, hey, this is the best asset class on the planet, but it is seen as highly risky. It's big time risk on, and money is not going to flow into crypto right now until it finds a bit of strength. And that is when money starts coming back in. Now, we know quantitative easing is going to start happening because quantitative tightening is stopping in April. Stopping. So money will start flowing back in soon. So at the moment, these are just good times to accumulate crypto because we know where the prices are going to go in the future. But as you can see, it's not just a crypto problem. We are watching money flowing to safety. Okay, so when money gets confident again, it will start flowing back into crypto. Right then, let's look at the news. And the number one story at the moment, which is wild, is the roundtable that happened with people from the SEC, heads of crypto projects from throughout the crypto space. They're all getting together to try and put together regulations. So, you will see the crypto prices looking not the best, but they have things like this going on right now. This is like wild. This is a dream that people like us have been in crypto for a long time, because what these guys are doing is working out a framework. So here's the problem. The SEC have operated with a framework that's, I think it's from like the 1900s, it's ridiculous. And it's not designed to work with digital assets because there's so many different ways that cryptocurrency has value and ways that it can be used. So they need to update the frameworks that crypto projects, for example, if you yourself have a business with a crypto project and you want to launch your product and service, but then attach a crypto coin to it in some way, at the moment, it's terrifying because the SEC might come after you as they did with the Ripple and XRP case. And you would go through the courts and it would cost you a stupid amount of money, and it did bankrupt a lot of companies. But this here, if they put together frameworks that companies can work towards and know that they're not going to get nailed in the courts, it just frees up so much innovation. So whilst this sort of stuff is happening, it's not going to be fast, but it is happening. And at some point, these guys are going to come out with regulatory frameworks that the whole crypto space can work towards, which will just be incredible. Now, also, at the end of this video there, if you haven't seen it, is the video of Donald Trump addressing the crypto roundtable. And he is very positive on crypto, and he is saying that there will be a Bitcoin strategic reserve. That in itself is absolutely wild, meaning America is going to be starting to buy Bitcoin and hold it on its balance sheet. Mass adoption seems to be just around the corner. Now, you say that word out loud in the crypto space and people are like, hey, shut up, we're not there yet. But listen, some of the things that are going on right now they look like we're going in that direction. Right then, let's have a look at the next story. Now, this is one of the biggest stories and things to happen in crypto ever. Now, you wouldn't think it looking at the price of XRP, which, we all would have thought would have gone absolutely wild based on this ruling, but it's a wider economy thing at the moment. Money is just not flowing into crypto. However, this case has been hanging around in the crypto space for such a long time, and the threat of the SEC, because we saw what they did, they went after Ripple and it cost them hundreds of millions of dollars in legal fees to fight the SEC. It was lawfare is what it's called. Regulation by enforcement. But what it meant is every other crypto project in the space could see what was going on and were terrified. And they're like, I'm not going to release a project and offer my coin to link with this service I'm offering because I could end up in trouble with the SEC. There is so much to go into with XRP and Ripple, and I could do a whole video on this, but I've been following this case for a long time. This shows the narrative is shifting. So whilst price might not be that great, you can see that the regulations and the agencies that regulate cryptos and securities and things like that are really changing. For them to have dropped this case, this is the big one. So although price action might be terrible, you've just got to see where this is going. And the people at the top of the food chain are making sure that regulations are getting better so that they can use cryptocurrency in their own projects. This looks like adoption is happening. So this was a massive story. And what I would say is there's a lot of tribalism in crypto, and there's a lot of people that love XRP, there's a lot of people that hate XRP. It doesn't matter, really, guys. It really, really doesn't matter. These Ripple and XRP, well, the company Ripple, did fight for everyone here. So it's time to drop a bit of that tribalism and realize the only reason we're in this situation right now is because Ripple had the money to fight against the SEC and really uncover the corruption within the SEC. So we got to see what was going on. Now it's changing. I think this is absolutely fantastic and a massive win for the whole cryptocurrency space. Now, this is a very interesting story, and you might be wondering, well, if we're looking at America being the most powerful country in the world, why do we care so much about countries like Pakistan? Well, the reality is, this shows you, this is signs of global adoption. Remember, cryptocurrency is not just based in America, it's a global currency. So when you're starting to see countries like Pakistan that are now becoming more friendly towards crypto, and considering, if you look through the story, they are considering adding cryptocurrency to their balance sheet. At least they are having big conversations about it. So, and if you look at the population, there's 20 million residents involved in cryptocurrency already. So there's a massive, all these people have money. And if they're all wanting to invest more and more in cryptocurrency and build businesses around crypto, you can see how there's going to be a lot more money flowing in. But the point of this story is to show you that America is very pro-crypto, and that is adding a bit of FOMO to a lot of countries around the world. And you are seeing this all start to change. It is interesting. Okay, now this story is bigger than you think in terms of the wider narrative going on here. Now, obviously we talked about Pakistan previously showing signs of adoption. Now we're looking at Australia, who, well, Australia traditionally has not been very friendly towards cryptocurrency. They recently said that they're not going to consider holding Bitcoin on their strategic reserve. But before then, they've always been a bit, not that great towards it. But they are now looking at putting regulations together, and this is within the Australian government. So this shows you that other countries around the world are starting to wake up to cryptocurrency. But the key here, the big one, is where it says debanking. Now, this is something that is making its way around the world. It's a key word because historically, banks have been quite negative towards crypto for two reasons. One, if you were a crypto project and you offered any kind of services around cryptocurrency, they would shut your account down. They wouldn't tell you why, but it would be because you were involved in crypto. And it's because cryptocurrency does directly compete against the banking system. And as you know, if you don't have a bank account, it's very difficult to operate as a business, as a person. Now, the other way that debanking was happening is me, you, we have money in our account. We want to go and buy cryptocurrency. A lot of the banks, and you may still find this now, they will stop you sending your transactions, or you will send your money to a crypto exchange and they'll stop it. And they'll say, hey, you need to call us. And you'll call them up and they'll be like, we don't agree with crypto, so why are you sending your money there? Are you aware it could be a scam? All this kind of stuff. And you'll have to go through a whole process before they'll even release your money. That's when you realize your money is not your money. This is something I actually teach on my course as well. But you realize you're not in control of your money, and the banks are stopping that from happening. So the idea of debanking is to stop money flowing into crypto. But now governments, countries around the world are talking about stopping debanking. This is massive. And the last story, this is more wildness. Okay, so Texas has put a bill together which got bipartisan agreement that they would like to push through a bill that they can start investing in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin mainly. But if you think how big Texas is, I think it's like the 7th biggest economy in the world, just Texas on its own. It's bigger than most countries' economies. And they're now looking to store this on their balance sheet. Now, in the same way that America is looking to do this, you, as in the American government, these people are looking to store these assets on their balance sheet. What do you think these people are going to be doing, these countries, these institutions? Do you think they're going to be trading it to put it in their stockpile as an investment? No, they buy and hold it for the long term. And if you remember, cryptocurrency like Bitcoin is limited in supply. There's only 21 million that'll ever exist. So if you have states, countries, other countries around the world all starting to accumulate a scarce asset, where do you think the price is going to go? There's only so much of it you can get hold of. But when you read further on this story, what it is also saying is that Texas is also authorized, this is what they're trying to put through, has authorized states and counties within Texas to be able to store up to, well, invest up to $10 million worth of their individual funds into digital assets. So it's not just Texas, it spreads out into all the counties as well. So this is a lot of adoption that is going on here. And also, if you read it, it says they're looking to invest in other cryptocurrencies as well, other digital assets. So if you consider that President Trump came out and said they're looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, ADA, being Cardano, and Solana. Those are the 5 winners, in my opinion, and they're the same assets that I feel states like Texas are going to be looking at. So in general, I get price action looks miserable, but all this adoption going on around the world, this takes place on the 1st of September this year. It's just a matter of time before prices start moving up. And remember, money is scared, but all of this adoption going on around the world, crypto is limited in supply. What's going to happen when all these people are able to buy it? Because they're not able to just yet. This is all plans. When it all gets authorized and all this money starts coming in, what do you think is going to happen? So don't worry about the price action at the moment. The stuff going on behind the scenes is world-changing stuff. Okay. Now, I hope this has helped maybe make people feel a little bit more comfortable or confident in what's going on, just keeping an eye on what's going on behind the scenes. Now, what we're going to do is finish off with a video, if you haven't seen it, of President Trump addressing the crypto roundtable. Here he is.
You see that the energy and passion of the crypto community is the kind of spirit that built our country, and it is exciting to watch as you invent the future of finance. And right here, it's going to be right here in the USA, the good old USA. Together, we will make America the undisputed Bitcoin superpower and the crypto capital of the world. Thank you. Good luck. God bless America.